First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this your brother Dawad Bar from the branch of GMS here in Chicago. Coming right back at you with a little lesson. And as you see on my phone screen here, I got he changed his YouTube page to at Ultimate Preparedness 9427. The guy on the screen is Steve Smith. I've been listening to him for some years now. I want to say at least almost 4. He always brings out some interesting, commentary most of the time. And sometimes he brings out a lot of information. This time it was just some of the commentary he was saying, which he's true. It's gonna be a food shortage. But he also speaks on a few other things. I'm gonna play like the first 30 seconds, and then I'm gonna skip up to the minute and 33 seconds, a minute and 30 seconds, because he says something else that's a little bit on the profound side. And then I'm gonna grab a few scriptures. But hey, this is coming. Beginning with the apostles on down, beginning with Apostle Tahar on down. Brothers have been speaking. There's gonna be a famine. It's going to be food shortages. It's going to be inflation, hyperinflation. Shrinkflation, as they call it. And just in case you don't know what shrinkflation is still where the prices go up, but the value of food decreases. So let's just say you buy a bag of chips at $2, and it goes up $3. And when you buy it at $2, it was 12 ounces. Now it went up $3, but it dropped to 8 ounces. That's what shrinkflation is. The cost of food goes up, but the volume that's in it, now it goes down. So that 10 ounces now becomes 8 ounces, or that 12 ounces now becomes 10 ounces. So that's what that is. So, but hey, a lot of things is coming, and that shrinkflation has already started anyway. Inflation is coming, and as you see, and he's gonna say, I'm gonna let him go and speak, and then I'm gonna speak again. I'll just let him play.
Well, good morning. How are you all today? And welcome to Ultimate Preparedness. Well, there's a lot of things to think about in this world, isn't there? A lot of things to be concerned about, and a lot of them are beyond our ability to control, at least individually. But there is a situation that has arisen as a result of the Iran situation that we can and should prepare for, and that is an impending possible food shortage. And or a drastic increase in the price of food. So that's what I want to talk about today.
So I'm gonna shoot up because he's not gonna do nothing but say a few. He's gonna promote some of the stuff that he got, and I'm just gonna go up to a minute and 33 seconds. But before that, I forgot to do something. The Copyright Act of 1976. I'm just using this for educational and teaching purposes. I'm not using this for no monetary gain. So, and I forgot to say that. So with that, let me go up a few. Yeah, there you go. Now I started right here because he said something here, and then I want to put it all together.
I'm probably keeping track of what's going on in Iran, and you are keeping track of the effect that it has happened on things around us. I see that already gas has gone up here. I think the last night I checked, it was yesterday morning was 309, and yesterday evening was 319. So it's it's getting up there, and it's going to continue probably for a while. Last not too long.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look forward.
Well, it's gone up almost $1 a gallon in some areas. Okay, so
he sit up here, before that stupid ass commercial, he said gas prices is going up. He said, gas prices in this area went up about 20 or 30 cents, if I'm not mistaken. But if you're here in Chicago, I'll explain to you exactly what happened. 2 weeks ago, gas was like $3.29 where a couple of blocks from where I live. Now go up 2 weeks. So that was 2 weeks ago. Now today, when I left out to go to work, it was $4.39. So just think about it. In 2 weeks, it then went up $1.10, and it's going to continuously rise. And guess what? It's going to be hell. Like he's talking about food shortages, food prices going up, gas going up. Hey, things about to get real, brother. So, hey, let's, keep praying, stay prayed up, stay steadfast, don't waver, and hey, just pray that the Lord get you up out of this, man. All of us gotta pray that the Lord just have mercy on us and get us up out of here. So with that, let me grab a few scriptures. Well, the first scripture I sit up here and want to grab, I didn't want to grab this one first, but I'm gonna grab it anyway. I wanted to grab this other one in Revelations, but I'm gonna grab 2nd Esdras since I had it up. This is 2nd Esdras 6. The point is in 22, but I'm gonna start at 20. And it says, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. And this is 2nd Esdras 6 and 20. And we are seeing the world right now just slowly disappearing. But what are those tokens? Those are those prophecies that you're seeing right now. One of the books shall be opened, and it's truth being spoken of, not just out there on the highways and byways, but also on the internet. Everyone's seeing this truth now. No, you can't deny it. You can't have a cloak for your sins. This truth is everywhere. Whether the brothers out there on the highways and byways, whether you see it on YouTube or Daily Motion or Brand New Tube or Rumble or whatever other social platforms you can think of, this truth is out there. Even Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, this truth is out there. Now, this 2nd Esdras 6 and 21, and it says, and the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. The women with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. And we're seeing that too. Children right now that are speaking at 8 months, 9 and 10 months, 11 months. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, a few months ago, I think a few brothers actually showed a video of that. And if I'm not mistaken, I just happened to see a video maybe about 4 or 5 days ago, in which I really meant to do a lesson on, of a child that was born and it was premature, but it was holding both his hands up to the sky like he was praying. I don't know if any brother seen that video, but man, it was a pretty good video, and I was gonna do a lesson on that, and sometimes you know how it is, brothers. You gonna do a lesson on something, then something else catch your attention, but those things are happening. You having these babies are being born premature, and they're living. But here's the point. This is 2nd Esdras 6 and 22, and it says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And this is gonna lead to. And see, what people don't understand is, when Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard in 71, that fucked up a lot of things. And what did America do in 74? They set up here and used the petrodollar. Everybody had to buy gold. Had to buy oil in the dollar. And guess what? In which this is some bullshit, it's some fiat ass money, some bullshit ass money, But now guess what? With what's happening over in the Strait of Hormuz, guess what the Iranians are doing over there? They're sitting up here saying, we're not allowing any ships to come in that are our enemies. And that's America. And a woman said this today. I looked at a video today, which I found it is not real. Those is not real people. It was kind of funny to me. I found that kind of funny. I might end up using that a lot. But she said those people over there is not real. But guess what? Now you got a lot of these people playing in the Chinese yuan, to bring their ships and to get that oil. So they're playing for the oil right now in Chinese yuan or Chinese yuan, however you pronounce it. But either way it goes, guess what that's going to do? That's going to cause the dollar to crash and burn, man. The longer it goes on, the more the gas prices go up, the more the food prices go up, and everything has a domino effect. So a lot of people sit up here and think just because one thing is affected, no, it affects a lot of things. Don't be stupid, But here it is, and one of those things is going to affect the sown places and appear in the storehouses, your food shops, everything that you get, even the clothes, the furniture, certain parts for the car. That's going to cause a lot of damage, man. Here it is, you got your car in the shop, and it's been in the shop for a while, and now you don't know when it's going to get fixed, man, because you might wait 2, 3, 4 months for a piece, and it might not even ever come, and I hope it doesn't, man, because we're ready to get the fuck up out of here, and then that's the food, and then you talking about now, what's another thing going to be affected? the crops because you ain't gonna be able to get the fertilizer. Now there are other things that you could use for fertilizer, but still, when you got that much stuff, man, a lot of people get fertilizer, so that's gonna be another thing. And who's gonna move the truck? So, hey man, it's about to be pure hell out here, and people about to feel it. But you've been getting warned for decades, beginning with the apostles on down. You've been getting warned for decades, and a lot of people just want to talk shit, scoff, talk crazy, spit at, want to fight, you know, tell lies on, try to get arrested. All the things that you tried to do to the men of the Lord out there just that's trying to tell you the truth about what's happening, and you got a problem with. And that's because you're your father, your devil, and y'all. And guess what? The Lord said, Yahweh Shai said what? He said, if they hate you, they hated me first, and they did. And them same motherfucking 2/3 niggas are back now. That wanted that wanted him on the cross. And what is it, Barabbas, a known murderer? Hey, before I sit up here, and I don't want to get that name mixed up because, there's two names that you can easily get mixed up when you say Barabbas. Let me make sure. I hate using this damn name. I hate using JC. I'm going to try to say another one. Barabbas. Oh, there it is. Oh, so I was right. I want to make sure it's the right way. I didn't want to say the wrong person. But either way, oh, damn, hold on. Let me go back to my scripture, because, yeah, so here you go. So it was Barabbas. So, yeah, they wanted Barabbas, a known fucking murderer, a goddamn worthless piece of shit, and they wanted Yahweh Shai, put to death, man, for nothing, But, hey, things got to happen, man. It had to happen. Yahweh Shai was that perfect lamb, that pure lamb for our sins, and then he had to pay for his own sins as Adam and King Solomon. But getting back to the scriptures, hey, what is that? And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be empty, and that's what's about to happen. A lot of pain about to come, man. Here comes the boom. I came to bring the pain. All that stuff is about to happen. So you could break out all those songs, But this is Revelations 6. This is what I want to start off with first. But you know what, man? I want to go straight to the point, man. But you know what? I'm gonna start at 1, but the point down in like 5 or 6. So I'm gonna start at 1. This is Revelation 6:1, and it says, and I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard as it was a noise of thunder, one of the 4 beasts saying, come and see. And I saw and behold a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. And that's Yahweh Shai, man. That's Yahweh Shai. That lamb, that pure unblemished lamb, man. The Lord gonna unleash him pretty soon, man, and he gonna wreak havoc. And it says in Revelation 6:3. You know what? Let me cut back. The Lord gonna, man. Yahweh Shai on that. He ready to jump off that throne, man, and ready to get busy. Only the Lord knows when he coming back. So he anxious. He anxious for his vengeance. And then the other thing, he ready to get his man, his elect, and I'm praying that I'm one of them. Because what he say? He said, I'm not gonna drink until I'm with y'all in the kingdom. So I know he ready to get down with the red wine, So with that, man, let's go to Revelation 6:3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And who's that red horse? Esau, Edom. You go back to Genesis chapter 25, somewhere in the middle of it, I don't know. I can't remember exactly where. So you probably, well, like I said, chapter 25, and the whole chapter is good, but that's Esau, Edom, that red man. He ain't white, the so-called white man, but he's red, And power was given to him to take peace from earth. What has this damn devil done all his life? He done took peace from the earth. He done enslaved everybody, beat everybody, done robbed and raped and murdered. He took the names of everyone that he conquered. He calls himself everything Vikings. He calls himself he calls himself everything European. He calls himself all sorts of shit. You know. He takes every name from everybody and sit up here and fucks over everybody and take their land and then sit up here and pretend like he them. You know? He a piece of shit. You know? But, and then killing one another. They've been doing that since for forever. You know? And what them Caesars was doing, backstabbing each other all the time. And guess what they do now? They do the same thing. These Edomites are fucked up to each other just like they fucked up to you Jakes. Don't get it twisted. These motherfuckers are bloodthirsty and straight murderers. You know? But it says Revelation 6 and 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And that's going to represent slavery. We in slavery, man. And just because you walking around here and you got a job, you still in slavery. You got a goddamn birth certificate, a goddamn social security card. You got an ID for everything, a passport. Everything you got to do, you got a damn piece of paper for. You can't walk nowhere in this place. And now if you get found without a passport or ID, no telling what they'll do to your ass, man. Driver's license and all sorts of shit. You know? We still in slavery, man. We still in bondage. You can't go nowhere without none of them. You can't get on no goddamn plane and go anywhere without a passport. And you surely ain't getting back in the country if you don't got it. So my thing is, man, this place is full of shit. And it says, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. And what is that %? A measure of wheat for a penny. When you go back in the Roman time, the denarius was a silver coin, you know, and that was a day's wage, which you would call a penny, you know. Just think about a day's wage now. You know, some people make $100, $130, $200 a month, a day, you know, for the hours that they work. You know, working 8 hours a day, some people more. Just think if you had to use that to buy a loaf of bread, man. $100, man, for a loaf of bread. Hey, man, it's about to get real out here, man. Hey, the price is about to go sky high. And then it says, hurt not the oil and the wine. That don't mean destroy the truth. You know, don't take away the truth. You know, this wisdom, this knowledge from, you know, this word. But things about to get real bad out here real fast, man. And it's just a problem. And people seeing it. People seeing it. You know, this guy like Steve Smith that I sit up here and played earlier, he talk all that shit about nothing ain't gonna happen. He sit up here and think things are gonna, his books are talking about rebuilding and all this other shit. That's not about to happen. When all hell break loose, when all Jacob's trouble, when nation against nation, which is already starting, is already here. Jacob's trouble is already here. It just ain't full blown. All hell is here. What is these motherfuckers talking about? You know what? And that's the other thing. You know, I'm mentioning it. Let me go ahead and go to it real quick, because that Jacob's trouble is going to be full of a lot of things, man. People got to come to the conclusion, man. Jacob's trouble is about to be a lot of trouble. Like it says, Jacob's trouble. It says, alas, this is Jeremiah 30 and 7. It says, alas, for that day is great. So there's none like it. It's even the time of Jacob's trouble. But he shall be saved up out of it. And that's going to be saved up out of it is the elect. But the 2/3 over here in America, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, is going to get crushed. Fucking fucked up. You know? But the Lord said, hey, his service is going to be okay. And that's that Isaiah 65 and 13 and 14. And we're going to eat, drink, and be merry. But everybody else going to be fucked up. When the time of the MOTB come, guess what he says? That goes to the Revelations 3 and 10. He says, I'm going to keep you from that hour of temptation that's going to come upon all the world to try. He's going to keep us from a lot of things, man. And I'm praying that I'm one of those men. You know, I'm praying that I'm one of those men. And every brother should be praying every goddamn day that you one of the men that the Lord is going to keep from the hour of temptation. And I'm also praying that I be one of them hunters, because I want to fuck a lot of motherfuckers up. Fuck this fuck, man. You know, the Lord said, hey, I'm going to send for many fishers. Jeremiah 16 and 16. And then I'm going to send for many hunters. You know, and if we out here fishing, you know, I want to be a hunter. You know, and I'm praying the Lord. I'm praying the Lord. Hey, I'm praying the Lord. I'm praying that I'm one of those men, man. We say the hopeful elect, man, and all I could do is have faith. Hey, that I'm continuously doing the job that I'm doing. That's all I can ask, man. That He keep me in His truth, keep me doing what I'm supposed to do. You know, forgive me for everything I've done. You know, that's all I can ask, man. Cause we fucked up. We don't deserve shit. There's not a fucking man on this planet or a woman that deserves anything. You know? But hey, that trouble is coming. And it's coming fast. You know? And all we can sit up here and do it. And what was the other thing? That's what I wanted to do. So Jacob's trouble is coming. And then Jacob's trouble, hey, guess what else is going to happen when you go into the Lamentations? What is that, Lamentations 2? That Jacob's trouble. And guess what? What is it for? I could be wrong. Yeah, here it is, Lamentations 4:9. It says, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away stricken through for wants of the fruit of the field. And guess what? It's best to be slain with the sword than to die of hunger. Because hunger is a long, painful fucking death. Your motherfucking inside is eating you from the inside out, man. That's crazy. But it's coming. That when he says prepare for global food shortages, this ain't a joke. It's about to be some cannibals out here, and that goes into this next verse. And these women, you know, these fucking women are worthless anyway. They don't care about shit. Shit, they barely care about their kids now. A woman is selfish. All they care about mostly is themselves. But here it is, and it says Lamentation 4:10. It says the hand of the pitiful women, pitiful, have sodden their own children. They were meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. And ain't nothing new under the sun. Just like it happened back in the day, it's going to happen again big time now. You know, because this is going to be a real bad times that's coming. Way worse than anything you could think of. You know, way worse than anything. Whether it be Nineveh, whether it be Sodom and Gomorrah, our captivity in Egypt. It's going to be worse than anything on the planet, man. Anything that happened in the past. And I can't wait, man. I'm tired of this place. But in the destruction of our people, Sodom means what? Boiled. Going to be boiling your own kids, man. Eating them. And that's coming. You know? But it was just a point that, man, I was flipping through videos and I happened to see that video. And I was like, damn, you know, I just want to say something on it. And even though it's simple in what he says, a lot of things is about to happen, man. You know. So with that, I hope this was edifying. I like to give all... You know what? Before I even do that, man, I quoted something earlier and I'm going to go to it. Because, hey, while all that's happening, guess what the Lord said is going to happen with us? It says, Isaiah 65:13, it says, therefore, thus saith the Lord thy power. Behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And then it says, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. When we look at that word heart, it means love, which means mind. And we're going to be joying, we're going to be eating, we're going to be merry. This is what our power said is going to happen to us in the times that are ahead. He said we're going to be joyful and merry and happy and everything while all hell breaking loose. Think about that. Motherfuckers getting put to death, starving, cannibalizing each other. And he said we're going to be happy and joyful. I can't wait, man. And I'm praying that I'm one of those men. You know, we always saying we the hopeful elect. Hey, brothers, but hey, believe real hard, man. The Lord said it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And let's just have that belief. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed sooner. With that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I like to say Kwam Yasharella and the Bob Ball and Anya Habatham Malakia. Shalom.